Residents of the Forest Lake neighborhood located right on 15th Street years after the storm continue to rebuild and work on the rebuilding process. Maddie Davis has more on what it was like to be in that neighborhood as the storm hit.
Well, at about 5 o'clock that morning, a storm came through.
It was an early rise, but no shine for Mike Hicks and his wife on April 27, 2011, when a storm hit their Forest Lake neighborhood.
You know, we thought that was bad.
But that wasn't all.
Sure enough, the worst one came through.
That evening, the two got in a closet under the stairs for what would be a tornado to change Tuscaloosa and their little neighborhood forever.
It didn't sound like a train. More like a jet that was just right outside the door.
They got out with only a bump on the head and a missing shoe, but their entire house around them was pulled up from the ground.
It seemed like it lasted forever, but it probably didn't last for a couple of minutes.
When all things settled and the tornado moved past Tuscaloosa, Hicks said he stood up and he saw sunlight. But not just that, it was raining. Only later did they figure out that that rain was just water from the lake. Before that day, Forest Lake was known for, well, their forest of trees surrounding a beautiful lake. After the storms, it seemed that name no longer fit.
Then you look around and it just looked like a bomb had gone off. I mean, there was no trees, standing in sight.
People came from near and far to help the neighborhood rebuild. Hicks has since built a new house on nearly the exact place as the old, but memories from that day will never fade.
It was like the giant monster trying to get to you. The house, you could hear wood cracking and breaking.
Hicks still has tools covered in dust from the tornado aftermath. One of his most shocking keepsakes from the day is a tree slab that was pierced by a coin. And if you visit the neighborhood now, you can find people back on the lake fishing, canoeing, and feeding their most popular neighbors.
I don't know how many ducks we actually lost. We didn't lose that many. They have sense enough to leave.